Excuse me, sir.
Hey, you're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take this place.
There you go,
Consider
man.
yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
Well, you're a nice guy, aren't you?
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
So I've decided something about you. You're a dick.
Hey, Doc. I killed, extorted, stole. Now I'll die. Fuck it. I'll live the way I wanted.
What sort of creature is this? Here's what I've left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Huh. Is that the girl from the hospital?
Stop Vampyr! God, back
Come on,
to the
petty
shadows!
mortals. Come and face your final fate. The mistress of the dark.
I order
will
you
drink
to
your
step
blood.
back.
Come on, petty
Stop
mortals.
Vampyr!
Come and face your final fate.
What is happening? So,
Are you all right, Miss Howcroft?
They were tracking me, hunting me down. After the death of Thomas, they came to the hospital. They said I killed him.
But you're safe now. Those men won't bother you anymore, I promise.
Did you hear them? They recognized me as a vampire. I knew it. I knew it.
you gotta go back to the hospital where you're safe.
I
okay?
believe you need to get back to safety as quickly as possible.
I'm not crazy. I knew there was something wrong with me. I need to tell the doctors about this.
Goodbye, Thelma. Don't let him get a word in edgewise. And that's how you do it. And now we just need to take these documents here. 2nd of November, from Scott Lewis Candy to Mr. Joffrey McCullum. Object: Pembroke Hospital survey vampire activity. Sir, I have observed the Pembroke Hospital for 2 weeks now and can confirm vampire activity there. First, we now have proof that the presence of a female leech inside of the hospital. The beast is clever. She acts like a mental patient to hide her true unholy condition. I personally sneaked inside the hospital and heard the creature whining about her need for blood since her body is decaying. But it gets worse. The administrator of Pembroke Hospital is Dr. Swansea. According to our team leader, Amanda Tilton, who died yesterday in a fight against Skull by the canal, he may be a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. If that's true, then there may be something big going on in Pembroke. Maybe even a nest of vampires, protected by those bloody traitors of the Stole. We don't know what to do, but we are convinced you better come quickly with reinforcements and heavy gear. Cover letter. Hello, Frank. How are you, my old friend? It's good to see you the last week. Next time, let me get the rounds in. I hope everything is okay on your side of town. Here in your old neighborhood, the situation is getting worse. Clay is getting more violent every day, and is only thinking about expansion. Even when it seems there are some new players around, trying to dispute our territory. The Wet Boot Boys are in a bad spot, I'm afraid. So I thought about what you said last time we met, that you never regretted leaving the gang. That the only thing you regret is never being able to put a foot in the East End again, to avoid a good beating or worse. Well, rest assured that you have my protection if you decided to pass by, and maybe we could talk again about new opportunities and the job offer. You know I've always been good with numbers too, so maybe if you need an accountant in your company, let's talk about that, shall we? Say hello to your wife for me. WBB for life, old chap. Booth Digby. I got a new hint for him. That's cool. Let's see if we can talk to
The sewer
this
dog's fault, they say.
person
Then
over
the
here.
gang.
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't have any money for you leeches.
I'm not here for charity, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
I want to ask about your life.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
Huh.
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
Huh. Okay, tell me about this part of town.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Thinking of
You
someone
sound
in
like you're
particular?
thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Well, might as well. You still use your husband's name?
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked death in the eyes. The boys will mourn him. Except one of them, maybe.
Which one? These all need hints. Okay, well, I will talk to you later. Bye.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
We've seen any new faces round here.
Torn off page of a diary, huh? For looking away when they mock my color, I hate myself. For crying like a girl when they insult me, I hate myself. For swearing like a boy when they're gone, I hate myself. For hating my parents, I hate myself. For smiling when customers call me Sad Brina, I hate myself. For never finding the courage to tell Tom how I truly feel, I hate myself, ... Seems like you have some, issues. Sabrina Cavendish. Huh. I haven't even met her yet, but sure. Hints, whatever.
Foolish girl and a...
Turquoise turtle. Hi.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
So, your life. What do you do for a living?
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Why do you drink so much?
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am Doc.
Don't you work at all?
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I'll drink at night.
What about the district?
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly. So joyful.
So... You must have dreams when you were younger.
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change. And to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Oh. Is the world that bad?
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
Tell me about your anarchist youth.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
You believe in bloodless revolution.
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
You know, you might be a drunk, Dyson, but you're not a bad man. I like you.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Being cursed or not is just another lost orphan.
Oh hey, I remember this is the first pub that I went to. Quality.
At last, a little life. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
How can you keep the place
How is it
open?
you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
You're something of a figurehead.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Antagonist points of
I
view.
see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
Is there anything else I can do
Since
for you?
I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
Alright. Sabrina seems really fond of you. Wink, wink.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too. I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her, for sure.
What is bothering you, then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Sabrina's the one that I found that, thing about.
Goodbye, Mr.
That
Watts.
diary page. I'm gonna talk to her about that. Hey, Brina.
Poor Jack.
We need to talk.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
Let's talk about the docks.
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
Why not go then?
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place for you.
I got responsibilities. And it's not like I got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
Well, what about this
This
pub?
place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
I don't blame you. Where are you from?
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
I don't judge people on skin color.
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, And of course, Mr. Hampton.
Sorry if I worried
I'm sorry
you.
if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
I like you, Brina. Tell me the true feelings that you have for your boss.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it, neither.
Who's mocking you?
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Well, then why won't you two just get together already? Because, to be honest, I kind of ship it. It's cute. I like it.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Hey.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Well, tell me about yourself.
What can you tell me about
part of
this
town?
region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Why?
Why do people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
You're the guy that, Tom was talking about back at the bar.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Spare you a bob.
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do people say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
So love to gaze at the stars. The fog's been hiding them of late.
Mrs. Fishburne.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
Mesmerize level 2 required. Well, damn it.
I'll leave you then. Good night.
Who are you? Hi.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions. Or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
So are you related to the Fishburne lady over there that won't let me in her house?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
No. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Oh.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Well, that's sweet. Even though you're kind of an asshole to the rest of the world, at least you're pretty decent to your mom. At least, maybe. You did say you don't treat her well, but that's a sweet thing to do, to buy her a necklace and try to make her smile. Maybe I could find it for you.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
To be honest, if you think maybe someone stole it, maybe that's why you're so mad at the world right now.
Without the wet boots keeping things
Good
straight,
evening,
you
sir.
can't-
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Well, then.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
Uh-huh.
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
Oh,
Kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Ooh, new hint available. And for her as well. So are you tired of being a
I know
criminal?
you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know?
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
I need to talk to her too and see if that hint did anything to her. Oh, Edwina!
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
Your feelings for Booth Digby.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
Oh, shit.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
No, go for it.
I'm not that easily shocked, Miss Cox. You can speak freely about your lover if you so wish.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Well, jeez. it says I got a new hint thing, but it also doesn't show anything for that.
Who?
What is
I'm not that.
the poor bar?
So,
Yeah.
goodbye, Miss Cox.
You again. What are you...
Edwina thinks you're unfaithful.
Do you know Edwina suspects you to be unfaithful?
Edwina's the one who asked to be called Mrs. Cox, even though Clay hadn't touched her for such a long time.
You have not answered my question.
She's a passionate woman. I've no doubt she'll shoot me down if I ever betray her, but that's not going to happen. I love her as she is.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby. This is a slaughterhouse.
What? Oh, shit. Let's look.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, the chest is locked. Well, this is fucking awful. Oh, this is the necklace from Seymour. From Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella. It is a beautiful
From
necklace.
Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard.
What, did he kill all these people? Maybe. Hey, there's some bodies down there.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
I want to try to understand what the fuck you're talking about and doing and
As a
what-
man of science, I'd like to try to understand why you killed those people.
Why does there need to be a reason? They were just there. It happened. That's all.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reed. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
So...
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times. That's all.
How many?
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum, I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
So she knows.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I don't believe death is the appropriate sentence for murder. Not in a civilized society. But the last word has to remain with the law.
There is no law around here. No justice to be found. In these parts, revenge is the only answer.
Aw, damn, I failed that hint. Well, this
Goodbye,
was
Mr.
fun
Fishburne.
and all. Oh, wait, actually,
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
before I knew that you were, you know, crazy and all, I made
Do you
this
require
for you.
medical assistance?
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients. Yeah. I could use some help. On several matters, in fact.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal people.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for gaining people's trust.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.